sitting here. That's a good spot for it. We can see the witness. That's fine. Nobody cares. Now, because it's my school one. Tony Starks 4504. We're just waiting for Emily to get back.
What's the line like this? What's the line? I'm
I'm getting big time here. Is it streaming? Good. Can everybody say hi to YouTube? Hi
Nobody's watching.
You may be seated. I'd like to welcome everyone to our Mongols trial. Today, our jury is going to hear two sides of this case. They're going to hear the prosecution and the defense. We are here to determine two charges. Are the Mongols guilty of barbaric conquest, and are the Mongols guilty of ineffective administration of their empire? We'll hear first from the plaintiff's side. They'll give their opening arguments, followed by the defense's opening arguments. At the conclusion of the opening arguments, the prosecution will begin with their witnesses. They'll call one witness at a time. Each witness will be directly examined by the prosecution, and then will be immediately cross-examined by the defense. The prosecution will have a chance to redirect at the very end before that witness is asked to step down and return to their seats. Once we work through the prosecution's witnesses, then the defense will call their witnesses and we'll do the similar situation. At the conclusion of the prosecution and the defense's witnesses, we'll move into our closing arguments. First the prosecution, and then finally the defense will have the final say. Jury, I will remind you that the prosecution has the burden of responsibility. They must prove beyond a reasonable doubt that the Mongols are guilty of these crimes. Not only do we have these two charges, but we also need to be thinking about our awards. So there are 4 awards that the jury will determine. Award number 1, who is the best attorney? Award number 2, who was the best witness? Award number 3, what was the best line or moment from the trial? And award number 4, who had the best costume or outfit? At the conclusion of the closing arguments, the jury will remove themselves to the hallway where they will discuss and deliberate and ultimately render a decision whether the Mongols are guilty or not guilty. At this time, are there any questions, things that I have failed to mention? Perfect. Keep in mind the bells will come on. When that happens, we'll just take a quick recess so you guys can get up and move around for a bit. And then at the conclusion of the bells, we'll come straight back into our trial. Please speak loudly so that YouTube can hear you. And feel free to come out into the gallery when you are questioning the witnesses. With that, we are going to turn first to the prosecution. Prosecution, are you ready to deliver your opening arguments? Okay. You may step forward.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, the Mongol Empire, the largest contiguous empire of all time. Their empire spanned over 23 million square kilometers, equivalent to over 9 million square miles. The Romans, who we generally consider the best conquerors in all of history, only controlled 5 million square kilometers, equivalent to less than 2 million square miles at their peak. Knowing this, we can consider that it took the Romans nearly 400 years to accumulate this empire, while the Mongols did it in less than 25 years, 1/16 of the time. Now, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, knowing this, we can conclude that the Mongols were barbarians. But before we can draw a final conclusion, we have to define what a barbarian is. A barbarian is defined by brutality, unsophisticated, primitive, and uncivilized. But we have to go even further and define brutality. Brutality is defined as savagely violent. There are many examples of the Mongols' barbaric nature. Examples of this being the many tortures or death punishment executed by them. Examples of this being pouring molten gold down the throats of royals, trampling them by horses, or starving them to death. One Genghis Khan quote is, "The greatest happiness is to vanquish your enemies, chase them before you, to rob them of their wealth, to see those dear to them bathed in tears, among other things, which I am not at liberty to say." Knowing this, we can conclude that the Mongols were barbarians and should be guilty as such.
All right. At this time, the defense, are you prepared to offer your opening arguments? You may proceed.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, today we are here to prove to you that the Mongol Empire was not vicious and was not barbaric. The definition of warfare means something that lacks refinement and sophistication. The Mongols improved so many things, like the invention of the yam system, canals that improved transportation and communication, cities along the caravan routes, where cities prospered in tax-free customs and unparalleled methods of trade and communication created in maximum labor. To the expertise the Mongols had in this mounted warfare, as well as ensuring the safety of many travelers, the Mongols clearly showed signs of sophistication. Therefore, the sophistication that the Mongols' warfare was not random exercise, but were necessary to maintain leadership of Mongol Empire that provided a way for the empire to thrive. Adding to this, the Mongol Empire was so successful that it lasted for over a century. This demonstrates that the sophisticated ways of the empire proved to be beneficial for the people inside of the empire as well as for the empire itself. During the trial, Genghis Khan will testify that the intentions of the Mongol Empire were to bring everyone together and create a better world rather than pull them apart. After hearing the evidence today, we are confident that you will find the Mongol Empire to be not guilty of all charges.
Take a second, jury. I'll allow you guys to chat with your neighbor. Which opening argument did you find the most compelling? Obviously, prosecution and defense. We can begin preparing for our first witness. That should be the Pope Innocent IV. Is that correct? Is that your first witness? Al-Mustasim, my apologies. Okay, so Al-Mustasim will be our first witness. Ready? All right, at this time, we're going to move into our prosecution witnesses. Prosecution, will you please call your first witness to the stand?
Your Honor, we'd like to call Mr. Sim to the stand.
Bailiff, will you please swear in our witness?
Do you solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? I do.
Okay, you may proceed.
Who are you?
I was almost just the Caleb of Baghdad.
What exactly is a killer?
So in my case, the Caleb is kind of like a ruler, but I'm also a religious ruler.
Okay, so and what was your religion?
My religion is Islam.
What was Baghdad?
Baghdad is a very beautiful, culturally rich place in the Middle East, where modern day Iran.
How did the Mongols tell you that they were going to attack?
They said it depends on
Also, speak a little bit louder for the jury.
ordering me to join their empire.
How did you respond?
Well, at first I was quite indecisive, but eventually I just responded well.
Why did you respond wrong?
I felt it was an attack against my personal power, but also my religion.
What did the Mongols do when you said no?
So they did this act of Baghdad, which was a very horrible thing that they destroyed houses and killed hundreds of people over that day.
How did they invade?
Well, they just came and started killing houses and killing people, and I thought it was absolutely tragic.
And were you present when the Mongols attacked and killed your people?
I was.
And because you were present, do you have first-hand knowledge as to the number of people killed by the Mongols? How many people were killed?
Well, it's still unsure, but I think from 800,000 to 2 million people were killed during this act of Baghdad.
How were you
Did you guys
killed?
want to object, by the way? I heard-
Objection, Your Honor, due to speculation.
Can you clarify?
During the questioning of the witness, I'll have to
Chance to respond to that?
Which question did you respond to that? When you were doing it, and how you witnessed it, and what happened, and I thought before. How many?
So you withdrawing that question?
Yes, I'm thinking of
Okay, all right. So are you moving to strike or?
that. Yes.
Okay, so then again, just a reminder to our witness and to our court, we need to maintain that we are focused on the facts. We need to establish some foundation for needing to hear how people felt. So otherwise, we just need to remain to the facts. Okay, so that feelings should be stricken from the jury's record. You may proceed.
How would you go?
The historians still aren't sure how I was killed, but there are three main ways that it is said that I was killed. I was either set to starvation, had melted gold poured down my throat, or rolled in the carpet and trampled by horses.
No further questions, Your Honor.
Thank you. Defense, you may cross-examine the witness.
Okay. Isn't it correct that the Mongols attacked the Mongols and that its population was not sufficient? Furthermore, referencing your bio, didn't the Mongols first ask you to side with them before you did not? So wouldn't that mean that war could have been prevented and not be said?
Religious beliefs and since the religious Islam in the Middle East, I didn't want that to happen to my people. I saw what they were doing to other areas and other kingdoms, and I didn't want that for my people.
Alright. You have questioning eyes.
I think it's non-response. Definitely, Your Honor. It calls for non-responsive.
Alright, so you're feeling that the witness is going, like, answering more than what was
Yeah,
asked.
it's going, yeah.
Chance to respond to that?
He is simply stating facts of what he saw that day. He's trying to get as much information out there as possible, and I think that's the right thing to do. It's really just telling how others and Mongols work.
The question stated what again? Just to clarify my for me.
That war could have been prevented and lives would have been saved. Like, if they didn't deny.
So war could have been prevented. Did you guys want to object to that question?
Object.
I can't hear you.
Objection. That is a compound question.
Alright, compound question. It's true. I think the bigger issue with this question to me is that it is, you're saying couldn't war have been prevented?
Yeah.
And that calls for what?
Speculation.
You see that? See how that question calls for speculation?
That question calls for speculation.
Why?
Because,
So again, he's saying if you would have worked with the Mongols, then you would have avoided war.
But no, he said that if he would have worked with the Mongols, it would have been the downfall of Islam culture. Baghdad was one of the biggest culturally rich Islamic places. So if he worked with them, the Mongols would have destroyed that.
Chance to respond? They're calling that question a speculative question.
But like, the Mongols were retired, but they would still thrive there.
No, you're arguing content when the question is asking the witness to speculate whether or not doing a different action would have led to a different outcome. And I assume you guys are going to suggest there's no way to know what would have happened if somebody had done something different. So you're asking this witness to speculate on a unknown future. Is that true?
No, I'm just saying that it could have been prevented, but it's kind of speculation. But still, even with speculation, there was still a big chance that I would be safe.
And so what I would recommend maybe is rephrasing the question instead of saying war would have been prevented. Instead saying something like, so you failed to negotiate, correct? Had you negotiated, is there a possibility that things could have gone differently? Correct? They still may object. It's still kind of speculation. I'm trying to think how to ask this of like, so you chose to go to war, correct? That made sure that death happened, correct? So therefore, you were responsible in part for this massacre, correct? So she'll probably say no, and then you say no further questions, Your Honor. And then if she elaborates, then I'll gavel him down. Him. My apologies. Sorry. Does that make sense? Okay, no further questions? Okay. So technically, I will sustain the objection that that question was speculative. Are you guys calling to strike, or are you just leaving it at the objection?
Good morning, just one quick announcement. The email just went out of all the staff that is out. We are still desperately seeking coverage, and again, if you do not get coverage, this will take up all of our admin. Thank you.
See you later! Alright, chance to redirect. Do you need to take a moment? Yeah, so you say, Your Honor, can we have a moment? Alright, you have 1 minute. Alright, chance to redirect. I encourage you to come forward into the gallery.
Remind me again, how many people were killed in the South of Baghdad?
You said it louder.
800,000 to 2 million people were killed.
Okay, wow. And how were the 3 possible ways you were killed?
I think things that starvation, gold intervention, burglaries, and helping people was not myself.
Those are the questions now.
Alright, thank you. So in prosecution, if you are done asking questions, then you'll say, may the witness please step down.
Do the witness please sit down?
You will step down. Jury, take a second, gather your thoughts. What did we learn from Al Mustasim? Jury, are you good? Making sense so far? All right, prosecution, will you please call your next witness to the stand?
May self-innocence before.
You say the prosecution calls Pope innocent to court.
Prosecution calls self-innocent.
Oh, Bailey. Tell him to raise his hand.
You solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
You may proceed.
Who are you? I'm Pope innocent before.
Where do you live? What does the Pope do?
So I lead the Catholic Church. I'm kind of a religious leader.
What was your school?
At first I attended a Catholic school, and then later on I attended a hospital school.
You reached out to the Mongols.
Yes, I reached out to them many times through letters and translations. What did you do? I was fighting them, conquering every but Europe, but then they said they demanded us to surrender to them through the letter. And after that, I tried to. No, they refused. They refused when I asked them to convert to Christianity.
What religion was it?
I couldn't really tell, but I was just trying to find out if they're Christian or not. And once I found out they weren't, like I said, I tried to convert them to Christianity.
Can you elaborate on that?
So after I tried to convert them, they kind of refused, and they defeated the Hungarian army and attacked us with no moral or religious conduct.
How were the Mongols ruled during your time?
I couldn't really tell because the letters and translations I was sending out were kind of going to multiple different people, and I couldn't tell who was who.
No further.
Okay. Chance to cross-examine the witness.
In your witness file, it says that when Giovanni met with the Mongols, they gave a firm yet polite response. Furthermore, the Mongol Empire tried to communicate their...
Can you provide us some foundation real quick? So Giovanni, who's Giovanni? Sorry, just for our jury. I just want to make sure that we understand who Giovanni is. So just tell me.
Okay, so like Giovanni was kind of like with him and like worked together in the Middle East, and they like he's kind of like the person, like his image kind of, and like met with people instead of just him.
Okay, so Giovanni was sent to meet with them. Got it. All right. Sorry, can you ask that again then?
Yes. In your witness file, it says that Giovanni met with the Mongols, and they gave a firm yet polite response, correct? Furthermore, the Mongol Empire tried to communicate their response with the Middle East before anything happened, correct? Therefore, we mean that the Mongol Empire was not just a complete barbaric approach, because of their communication, correct? Then this conflict would not fit the definition of barbaric approach, correct?
Objection, Your Honor?
Yeah, stand up. Yeah.
Objection?
Yeah, even if you don't know what the objection is, object and explain like your rationale.
Objection, cost speculation?
Cost of speculation. Yeah. What do you mean by that? Can you restate your second to last question?
Therefore, meaning that Therefore, meaning that the Mongol Empire was not just a complete barbaric approach because of their communication. Correct.
Would it be asking you?
Yeah. So you're objecting is calling for speculation. You're asking him to infer whether or not the Mongols were being barbaric or not, and suggesting that they are or aren't is rather subjective. Chance to respond to that?
I'm asking like for the definition, not like the communicating. Because for the definition, like I said, was like lack of kindness. So then if they communicated, therefore then they were not being unsophisticated and not.
And again, if you establish foundation, then I can also allow for like why I would allow him to provide his perspective, because I think, you know, a perspective is helpful for the jury at times, and so we just have to make sure that they have a credible perspective, I guess. And so if it's a credible perspective, then I can allow it. He's a expert on the situation. If not, then I would disallow him. So do you want to rephrase the question, or because you're asking him to tell if the Mongols will go there?
Well, like it's the source, like non-communicating.
Yeah, I'm gonna sustain the objection. You can either rephrase it or you can just move on to your next question.
So then this conflict would not fit the definition of it.
Objection. Calls for speculation.
Yeah, chance to respond? No? Okay. Withdrawn? Okay, any further questions? Okay. Chance to redirect.
Yeah. So you try to communicate with the Mongols, correct? So there's multiple people, correct?
Speak loud enough for the jury.
So it was letters and
Giovanni was the person that the Pope sent to meet with the Mongols. Giovanni the Plano Herpini. I believe. Speak loud.
The Mongols did not listen, correct? Yeah. No further questions.
Attorney, did you have your face said questions. Your face had a question. Attorney Carl? No? Okay. By the way, any attorney can stand up and object. Sorry, your face said questions. No? Yes? No? Okay, great. All right, no further questions? All right, then will you ask that the witness be able to step down? You may step down. All right, jury, take a second. What did we learn from the Pope? Wait!
Subscribe, guys. I subscribe. I can't. I can't like I will be like the video, guys. Really get to We're gonna do a giveaway, guys. People left. Thank you, Kylie. Oh, you're back. You're back.
you're understanding the witnesses so far? And then the assignment is making sense as you guys kind of type that out. Witnesses, you guys did the assignment as well? Alright, with prosecution, please call your next witness. We won't be able to finish this one, but we'll start it.
Hey, the prosecution is called. Witness, please stand.
Do you solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Who are you? I'm Qatar and a Mamluk leader and the Sultan of Egypt.
What is a Mamluk?
A Mamluk is a slave soldier.
So you're a slave soldier. How did you become a slave soldier?
So, first of all, I was born into royalty, but the Mongols had to conquer my land. And later on, I got sold into slavery in Egypt.
Why did the Mongols invade your homeland?
They were expanding towards the west to gain more power.
What did you do after you were sold by them?
So I ended up in the Mamluk army, and then I rose in power, and eventually became the leader of the Mamluk and the Sultan of Egypt.
We will take a 3-minute recess. You can get up and move around.
Like the video, comment down below, and subscribe. We're gonna be doing a target giveaway, and if you want to get it, look into the camera. Comment Kylie's like the video, and subscribe. And hit and then type You're late. We're going to go to the secret room and have you wish cards, guys.
Like, let's say I met somebody and I say my reason, and then they just withdraw. Like, what if it's a question? And if I'm wrong, then
I mean, if you were just objecting all the time,
No,
I'm gonna have to.
it's like that. Yeah, I'm curious. Like,
Thumbs up, thumbs down. Is everybody feeling good about the trial so far? Okay, you guys are doing a fantastic job. I've been very impressed. Feet hurt, the price of fashion. I get it. Attorneys have been doing fantastic. Witnesses have been well prepped and well rehearsed. I love the outfits. Everybody's incredible. I'm super fired up. We're actually doing really well on timing as well. So we are right where we need to be. This is perfect. All right, Katuz, I will remind you that you are on trial. Not on trial, sorry, you are under oath. So please make sure to tell us the truth, whole truth. Attorney, you may proceed. Prosecution, you may proceed with your questions.
what did you do after you were told by the Mongols?
So I ended up in the Mamluk army, and I rose in power and eventually became the leader of Mamluks and the Sultan of Egypt.
Did the Mongols start invading on the other side?
Yes, the Mongols sent me a letter demanding my submission to them. They threatened our country with destruction. That was one of the reasons why the Battle of Ain was lost.
How did you respond to the Mongols invading your life?
So we responded by preparing for war.
You mentioned a reason about throwing it out of Angela. What was the other reason?
So the other reason was that the Mongol Empire was expanded westward and was about to step into the world of Islam, and I considered them as a threat.
Chance to cross-examine the witness. Yes.
Objection be considered in the last question.
Explain. Sorry, refresh my memory.
And when I said his last statement, he was considering, what was it?
So basically, you're feeling that it's speculative?
Mr. Russia, do I have any teacher who's on plan right now willing to help with Ms. Perales' class and Mr. Fryman? Thank you.
Attorney Stinkin, what was your final question?
What was the other reason why the battle ended?
What was the other reason why the battle ended? Yeah, he asked was the other reason, and he only specified one reason, so he was basically asking a legal question and also a
Chance to respond? To clarify, are you asking, can you stand up by the way? Are you asking the reasons for the Battle of Angelut from the Mongols' perspective or from the Mamluk perspective? Okay, all right, so you want to understand why war started from his perspective. Okay, so therefore, so why do you feel like that is speculative?
Because it's from the Bible side, which is the Bible perspective, and it should be from a perspective that is neutral.
You can't. your attorneys need to be.
But wouldn't the Mongol region for the West Wolf turn it also be biased?
So I will override that objection. You're overridden. I'll allow the question and the answer remains. So basically, he's providing his reasoning for war, which is perfectly allowable. The jury needs to determine the influence of bias and all those different things. But he can speak on behalf of himself and why he went to war. So that is not speculation. If he was speculating as to why the Mongols had gone to war, then I would say absolutely that's speculation. You can't speak on behalf of somebody else and guess what somebody else is thinking of the reason. Okay? All right, chance to cross-examine the witness.
Because you said that the Mongols, but you said that you and the Mongols had each other letters, correct?
So the Mongols sent you a letter? Yeah. Okay. So that means the Mongols had tried to communicate their intentions, right?
Yes.
So that means that the Mongols had attempted to communicate their intentions formally for anything that happened. Sure. So that means that the Mongols have tried to be diplomatic and sophisticated approach rather than purely barbaric approach because of the letter, correct?
No. Because they wanted me submitted. So that's not like a
You're gonna object.
Yeah, non-responsive.
But you guys should probably be jumping in. Sorry. Okay, so you guys are objecting non-responsive. Please only answer the questions asked. Did you say something? What did you say?
For what?
Yeah, all attorneys can jump in for objections, right? Witnesses, if you think you get it, you can whisper it down, bro. Object for this. Help each other out. So why are you objecting? Will you state that question one more time?
Yeah. So the Mongols have tried a diplomatic and sophisticated approach rather than a purely barbaric approach because of the letter, correct?
We'd like to maybe read the witness a little bit because you're asking there's like there's a yeah.
But have confidence in yourself, brother. You're questioning yourself right now. You're fine. Deep breath. You're good. All right. He's asking a bad question. He has clearly stated what in his question. He has called that the Mongols were acting in what way? Sophisticated and non-barbaric ways. And so you're going to object. Why? All right. So again, he can ask leading questions in your cross-examination. So I'm less concerned about the idea that it's a leading question, but I'm more concerned with. Keep going. Why is he calling for speculation? Right? I mean, he used the word sophisticated. Why would you guys not like that word sophisticated?
You haven't defined your definition of sophisticated, so we're not sure what you're calling sophisticated. Also, you're asking.
I don't think that you're not quite there because they've defined sophisticated, but you don't really care what their definition of sophisticated is. So you guys probably have a different definition of barbaric, right? So they're trying to connect it to their definition, but you guys are going to connect it to your own definition, and so you're feeling that this question is an unfair question in that it is forcing the witness to say that they are sophisticated, even though diplomatic does not mean necessarily sophisticated. Right. Does that make sense? Yeah. All right. Chance to respond?
I'm pretty sure you guys said that the definition of barbaric is like brutal, right? And then because the Mongols had already, they literally sent a letter so they could communicate what their intentions are. That doesn't seem very brutal. They just seem like they were just trying to communicate what their intentions are.
But you also said that they acted diplomatically, but there was no negotiation. It was an immediate, you will surrender or we will attack. There was no negotiation.
Okay. Any further questions? Chance to redirect?
So Mongols are slave soldiers, correct? Yes. Therefore, also the Mongol soldiers in slavery over a while. Made those witness from that
You may step down. All right, jury, chat with your neighbor. What did we learn from that witness? Ready? Prosecution, will you please call your final witness to the stand?
We, the case on
Do you solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Did the Mongols send you a letter immediately naming for surrender? Did you refuse?
I'm gonna stop you. Can we establish some foundation?
Yeah.
It's, I mean, in some ways it's beneficial for you guys because they're like, what? But establish some foundation. I'm so confused. Give me something to build on.
Okay, so who are you?
My name is Mr. Foster, Grand Prince of Kiev.
Okay, where does your grandparents live?
They're the ruler of, like, Kiev.
Okay, so as ruler, you were sent a letter demanding a complete surrender.
Yes.
Okay, and what did you do after receiving that letter?
I denied because I wasn't going to give up my land.
And then the Mongols then attacked you immediately without even declaring war.
Yeah,
Objection.
Yeah.
Leading question.
I was merely trying to draw back to my neck.
But, yeah.
You want to shoot, right?
Rephrase your question, please.
Did the Mongols then declare war on you?
Objection. Leading question. So just, and it's not a huge deal in terms of that one. Just say what happened next, and then he can give us that information. Because otherwise, you are putting words in the witness's mouth. Okay.
So, what happened?
well, the Mongols, they attacked and killed everyone and executed.
Okay, so how did they execute you?
Well, they, after victory, they buried me and suffocated me under their victory platform.
Other questions?
Chance to redirect, or excuse me, cross-examine?
So and you were leader of the military expenses. Yes. And in your written file, you said that the Mongol army was disciplined and strategically kind of correct.
You want to submit into evidence for the witness file? So you, yeah, you say Your Honor, we'd like to submit Exhibit A.
Would like to submit
Yep, no, say Exhibit A. Alright, and so where can we find this evidence? The witness file. So if the jury will all pull up the witness file. So this would be the witness file for Mstislav III. Does everybody know how to access the witness files? Should be on the overview document. You scroll down or just click on witness file. Does anybody have a page up? What page number is it?
Page 22.
21.
21, 22.
21, 22. Thank you.
in the last paragraph.
Loading, loading. The last paragraph here? Is that what you're talking about? Okay. So then, if you would direct the witness to read the sentence, if you're going to highlight it for him. Okay, so then you ask him, will you please read the highlighted statement?
This assault likely saw the Mongols as an unstoppable force seated in military prowess and disciplined armies and strategic.
So he did say that they were strategically coming and just in the army. Okay? So they have to have been trained very well. Yeah. So you say that they were advanced enough to build a very large army.
Objection. Also speculation. You're asking if you think. Your last question. You said you can also explain the reason.
Well, I just wanted him to be able to restate that they had.
You address me if you would, yeah, sorry.
So I just wanted him to restate the fact that they had been
So, can you share that question? Say that question for me one more time. Apologize.
So the Mongol army is sophisticated enough to build a very large army from the United
Okay, so you're objecting to which word in there?
Your originally said, would you say?
No, they're not.
Either way, it's fine. So I will allow you to ask, the question of, would you say, because it would be his opinion, and that he can speculate on his own opinion, I suppose. However, you may object to the use of the word sophisticated again. As we've stated before, that term is subjective. And so therefore, I feel like whatever answer he gives is purely speculative and unhelpful for determining the guilt of the Mongols, in your opinion. Does that make sense? A chance to respond to that? You might just simply try to. So you're just trying to point out, Attorney West. You're just trying to point out that the Mongols clearly had a structure to their empire, and this structure goes against the definition of barbaric that you've been bringing up over and over again. Is that correct? Okay. All right. Do you have any further questions? No further questions? Okay. Chance to redirect.
So, West said.
Speak up.
So, West said they had a very strong specific army. But why would they need that army if they had a strong empire that we don't have?
Can you say that question again? Why would they need that?
Why would they need such a strong army if they were not going to attack? You got it.
Objection to relevance. It doesn't matter how strong the Mongol empire is. It's about whether they're barbaric or not. So that is not relevant.
I'm focusing on the army to powerful. Why would they need a powerful army if not to attack other civilizations? Attack themselves, but did they attack themselves, or were they
Address me, not each other, address me.
Did they attack other civilizations, or were they protecting themselves every time?
So you're trying to call into question the intentions of the Mongol military. Yeah, go ahead.
I think that this regulation is not like any Mongol empire. It's not the intentions of creating the empire and like the whole military, what is it for? Like that's not real.
But he does know the effects of a very strong army is to attack those civilizations that died.
But I'll sustain the objection. He can't know why the Mongols went to war, what their intentions were with their military. So just focus on the effects, I guess, from the Kevin Bush perspective. Any final comments or questions?
No further questions.
No further questions?
Any witness seated?
You may step down. At this time, does the prosecution have any further witnesses?
No, Your Honor.
You say no, Your Honor, the prosecution rests.
The prosecution, yeah.
Okay. Chat with your shoulder partners. What did we learn from the prosecution? Ready?
but you should leave. Yeah, probably feel threatened. Yeah, because it's their fault.
Yeah, it's we not gonna be solving it from all bases.
Oh my God.
Target giveaway!
We're giving a Target gift card.
All right. Sure, I'm gonna ask you to step out in the hall for just a couple minutes.
I'm going to the grocery store. I can't do it anymore. I'm going to the grocery store.
Yeah, bring your phone. Bring your phone. That way you have your notes.
Why are you smiling?
Cost it. You did nothing wrong.
You may be seated. You guys are working your side, checking where are you at, how are you feeling about the trial, what needs to happen with these last 4 witnesses. What? It's growing. I'm blowing up. It's gonna be Mr. Sorry.
I'm not jury. I'm not jury.
Okay.
I got it.
I'm not gonna say that's
The jury said right.
Yeah.
No,
Actually, that's a great question.
just give them the monopoly.
Oh, God, we good?
We're talking about we're not asking who's going
Don't stop trying to.
I'm giving them
You guys know the order that you're calling for.
Why are you trying to back on? Ivan, you have to do it live.
And Marco.
And then Marco.
Marco!
Say all right.
All right.
You may be seated. At this time, we have heard from the prosecution witnesses. The defense, you will now call your first witness to the stand. Big gasp. Big one.
Mr. Khan.
Do you solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Who are you?
I am James Khan, the first of the Mongolian Empire. When did you reign in the Mongolian Empire? My reign lasted from 1206 CE until 1227 CE. What was your child? In my early days, my dad was the leader of a Mongol village before he was poisoned and killed. After this, we were kicked out of the tribe. How did you rise to power? I rose to power by making strategic alliances and building up an empire from the Mongolian steppe. And then, after that, after I first created the empire, I started to make an army to take over the land surrounding us. Where did the empire originate? The empire originated from the Mongolian steppe and then moved throughout Mongolia. During your reign as emperor, what areas did you conquer? During my reign, I conquered from the Caspian Sea all the way to East Asia. How did you achieve that? I achieved that using mounted cavalry units. What are those? Mounted cavalry units were archers mounted on top of horses for speed and accuracy on the battlefield. So you used this to conquer? Yes. Why did you create the Mongol Empire? I created the Mongol Empire as I felt that the world should be united. Could you elaborate on that? I felt, my God, I had a vision that the world should be united under one God and one nation.
Thank you. Please, that table up just a little. Chance to cross-examine.
What is a Khan? A Khan is the leader of the Mongolian Empire. Known as the Great Khan, and it's the one that's taken charge of the Mongolian Empire. Okay. Why did you build such a large army? I built the army because I felt that I did it so that we could unite the world under one, like I said earlier, one nation under one God.
Did you demand surrender from the people you conquered?
Most of the time, I send diplomatic messages out beforehand to the nation, and then after refusal, that's when I conquer.
And by conquering, you killed all the people in the area.
And everyone.
Population, guys.
No, that does not.
Because he was, he said I would tell you worse, that he was changing the question and turning into his own words.
And that would be a funny.
Yeah.
Chance to respond.
I don't understand what you're saying. I'm not listening.
Like the friendly handbook, and under argumentative right there, it's anything about the practices and they take it to the court for like by elaborating on that. I mean, as attorney the pastor said to Mrs. Khan that so you were
How would we call for speculation on that?
it would be leading. Okay, yeah, it's like combined all of this. Leading questions.
Leading questions are allowed in cross-examination.
I know. But you're kind of like, as I see the question, it's like towards the witness and like attacking them without giving them a chance to explain.
Well, then that's not,
Make sure you address me. All right, I will sustain the objection argumentative. Could you rephrase the question or move on to your next question?
when did you die?
I died in 1227 CE through a sickness.
No further.
Okay. Chance to redirect. Do you need a second?
Yes, we have a moment.
You have 1 minute.
We'll announce the winner tomorrow, guys. Thank you, why are you Comic Kylie, Evelyn, Layla, McKenna, Slade. Okay, good luck. You only get it if you all the names right. And we will be finishing your sheet. We're gonna give you the new company. Yay! Just give me my money.
What? I'm not doing it. No, I know how to do words. I got it. Alright, just to redirect. Hold on. Do you guys, sorry, I'm in dilemma. How harsh as a judge do I want to be? Do you guys want to ask it one final question?
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna allow you guys to ask one final question. Sorry. Yeah.
Wait, what do you mean by?
Hmm?
Like, what do you mean by?
Well, he said no further questions, and then I should move on, but
Yeah, no, move on. Can the jury bring up documents for?
So you'd like to submit evidence, right? So you say, Your Honor, we'd like to submit evidence, Exhibit B, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Your Honor, we'd like to submit evidence to Exhibit B.
Okay. Where can the jury find this evidence?
Make sure that you gave them documents. You gave them the documents. It's on document 4.
So on our overview, there's the How Barbaric Were the Mongols Evidence Analysis. If you open up this document, you can scroll to document number 4. Does anybody know what page that is? Close. Looks like it is page 9. Page 9. Okay. Jury, you guys able to find that? All right, would you like to have Genghis Khan read something off of this document?
Can you read the reported deaths in all of the places in each of the locations?
So here, hand him that document. Right. And so then, so according to this document, ask him a city. So tell him how many reported deaths were there in the city?
How many reported deaths were there in District 4?
1,747,000.
How many deaths were there in Korat?
Yes. 1,600,000.
Was killing all of those people necessary?
Well, no. You can't just say that!
Order! Decorum in the courtroom. Okay. Guys, did Jack no further questions?
Wait, no, but
You guys get to redirect. Oh, you want to object? You want to object or you want to redirect? Okay. Redirect, he'll have the opportunity to respond or rebuttal what you say. Redirect, you can just bring up. 3-minute recess.
Take that, period.
No, get up and move around for a minute. You're sitting for 4 hours. Stop sitting at your desk. Hi, Lucy said hi to you too. Hi, Lucy! Alright, we are. Oh, we're down to six.
The whole world has to stop.
Guys, we got other techniques. Alright, quick, everybody fit check. How's your fit? How's it? Alright, call us back to order. Back to order now. So I'll remind us that we are currently questioning Genghis Khan. Genghis, will remind you that you are under oath, so truth, full truth, and nothing but the truth. You guys are about to redirect.
Could you elaborate, as you said in your direct examination of the vision of the day?
Well, in the vision, I said if the world was united as one nation, under one God, that it would lead to more unity, but also, I would still let other people practice religion, but just it's one nation, like with one overarching God, it would help unity amongst the world.
No further questions now.
Okay. You said one nation under God. Isn't that the Pledge of Allegiance? What? That's not.
Yeah, how do you know that?
I don't know. That's
But which God is the question? He's saying one nation under. Here.
I've also got to bring it to attention that the Mongols were polytheistic, meaning they had multiple gods.
Is there an objection? What?
It's not an objection.
Order then, order. Alright. Any further questions? Yeah, you may step in. Alright, will the defense please call your next witness?
May Ivan
So the defense calls.
I know.
Yeah, you stand up and you say it really loud so I can hear.
May Ivan I come to the stand.
Just be quick, it's Ivan the first. Okay, throw him in the middle. You're good.
Yeah.
Who are you? I'm Ivan the First, the Grand Prince of Moscow. What do you do? I bring Russia closer together by enforcing the tribute system. How did your relationship with the Mongols start? My relationship with the Mongols started when I went into political space. They did not, however, try to block my rise to power more than any other Russian ruler.
What did you see in the Mongol Empire?
What I saw is a very stable place, a very unified region with a lot of diversity.
How did the Mongol Empire cause Russia?
The Mongol Empire really just brought our land together in an orderly fashion. Russia, it was really unified and diverse, and a lot of people were happy, and they had a clear goal in life, what they wanted to do.
How did the Mongols affect the spread of Christianity?
Well, the Mongols actually didn't object to it. The Eastern Orthodox Church was like in Moscow, right? And they didn't try to stop it. They didn't affect it in many ways.
No further questions.
Thank you. Chance to cross-examine.
How wealthy were you?
Very. I have more money than you.
How did you get so wealthy?
Well, part of the tribute system was to meet guys. I wanted to work them up.
You know what? Yeah, relevance. 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 We're trying to prove how the Mongols are barbaric or not. How is money related? How they dividing someone's money?
You just tried to establish.
Can we get our foundation?
Okay.
We're just trying to establish.
All right, so you're establishing some foundation. All right, make sure that we connect it back.
Well, since I'm the one enforcing the tribute system in Russia, right? I do get a bit of a share of that cut. Not a lot, but I get a share.
So you collect taxes for the Mongols?
Yes, somewhat like that.
What happens to people who are already poor? Do you tax them too?
Can I not answer that question? Can I plead the fifth?
Remind you of your oath.
Okay. Yes, I did tax them, but like it's an entire region and they have to like pay all in one thing.
No further questions.
Period.
Chance to redirect.
You mentioned about the Eastern Orthodox Church earlier. Can you elaborate on like what was there?
What? I don't understand.
Can you elaborate? Can you tell me like what was occurring in the Eastern Orthodox Church as a group?
It was very similar to the Orthodox.
Reverence. Why does this matter?
Because I think it's quite commonalism, right? And then like the Pope said, he was trying to like convert they don't like religious tolerance. How the Pope was trying to convert Mongols to Christianity. He's just trying. I think psychologists are trying to make a point. Mongols are religious tolerant and also help fund the
So the Eastern Orthodox Church is like the Catholic Church. The Pope is the Catholic Church. The Orthodox Church has similar beliefs. It isn't like Catholic specifically. It's just like narrative.
Yeah, that's a pretty. He was elaborating on the question that attorney Crow.
Narrative.
You can do it faster.
He's
All right. So just to clarify, you're trying to help the jury understand the Eastern Orthodox Church. Okay. I don't think we necessarily need like how the Orthodox Church is different than the Catholic Church, like all the little details. So what clear point do you want to get across about? So ask a question that gets that across.
So Christianity was familiar in Europe, right?
Yeah.
And the Mongols didn't stop that, right?
The Mongols didn't really stop that in Russia. I'm not sure about all of it.
The Mongols did not affect any religion in Europe at all, and let the religion stick.
Objection. You can Russia.
I said Russia.
Well, but the point is still valid, so he can only speak on behalf of Russia, he cannot speak on behalf of all of Europe.
Okay, in Russia.
Russia, no, I'm not seeing them actually try to stop the Eastern Orthodox Church.
No further questions.
Thank you.
May the witness step down.
Step down, yep. You may step down. Talk, jury check, who is your neighbor? What did we learn from Ivan the First? Ready? All right, defense, will you please call your next witness?
I am Kublai. I am the grandson of Genghis Khan. I served as the Great Khan for many years, and I was the first non-Chinese ruler of China.
What was your childhood experience?
I grew up in the symbol observing how the Mongol Empire grew.
What did you witness as the Mongol Empire?
I witnessed Genghis Khan rise to power as he tried to unite the nations of the world.
What was your role in the empire?
Well, I continued on my grandfather's legacy, because that is what I believe would be correct for the world.
What did you do to support mixed culture?
I accepted many different cultures, including Hinduism, Chinese, and I did not force my religion upon them, because in the wise words of one of my relatives, we Mongol believe that there is only one God, by whom we live, by whom we die, and for whom we have an upright heart. But just as God gave us different fingers of the hand, so he gave men diverse
Objection.
Oh my God! So
What is it called?
Also, where did you find the quote? Because we don't have access.
Well, where'd you find?
Yeah.
On document A.
or at
Wait,
I had a superior.
just to clarify, so was this from the witness file, was it from one of the documents where, I know I've seen this, I just don't remember where it was.
I think it was in the
Do you want to submit that into evidence? Okay, so let's submit
I do not see that quote.
So exhibit C. So then we should be on the witness files again. So this is under the Genghis Khan, or excuse me, the Kublai Khan file.
No close to
Yeah. It looks like it's imbalance.
That is not in the evidence.
No, it's in the document.
Yeah, it's in one of those documents.
It's one of the documents?
It's in the evidence
I'm
document.
not sure which document. I'll have to find it.
Improper submission of evidence.
Oh my
God.
Order.
Yeah.
Check, read the room, you're unpopular, bro.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Anybody found it yet? Are you guys looking for it? Everybody should be looking for it in the document. So I've looked at too many different things, too many classes. So like the 5 fingers, it just says your hand has 5 fingers, so two religion can be practiced many different ways. Something like that. I just don't know where it is. Can you guys Google it, man? Riley, can you read the quote? Yeah.
But just as God gave, but as God gave us the different fingers of the hand, so He gives men diverse ways between them.
I mean, I found it on Wikipedia, but I was trying to find
We all
it.
know that Wikipedia is a great source.
It really can be, I agree.
Yeah, the boss, moderator, get out.
It's on what? Historium? Okay, so this looks like it's from Monka Khan. Monka Khan. He ruled after Ogadasha. Alright. So, again, ideally we would have that source more effectively earlier. But, so will you go ahead and read that quote for us? Great Khan. Good.
But as God gave us the different fingers,
Right here. Just as God
just
did.
as God gave different fingers to the hand, so has He given different ways to men. That's what put it.
Okay. Yeah, it could be a different translation too. Okay, you may proceed.
Good morning. Pardon this quick interruption. We have a teacher who has to leave, so she has been added to the coverage plan. We are seeking coverage if anybody is willing to help out.
See you later, guys! Guys, I'm gonna go cover a class. You guys got this?
Yeah.
Alright,
Don't worry.
you may proceed.
Well, I accepted many different cultures in many different ways. One of the ways is by having Marco Polo, an Italian man from Venice, served in my court for many years.
Did you help Genghis Khan build the empire?
Yes, I did help Genghis Khan build an empire. I had many military in charge of different military.
Do you know why Genghis Khan attempted to take over the world?
My grandfather did not call for speculation.
Yeah, she doesn't know why
She doesn't know what her grandpa, she doesn't know his grandpa.
Yeah.
Any further questions? Yeah, so I sustain that objection. No further questions? All right, chance for cross-examination?
You and many of your family members were Mongols for many years, correct? Correct. Your grandfather ruled from 1206 to 1207, correct? And your elder brother, Mongols ruled from 1201 to 1210, correct? You also had a brother named Great Oak, correct? When your brother Monkey Khan, who served as Great Khan, died, did you try to take out his role as Great Khan? I did. Did your brother Great Oak try to as well? Did you create civil wars, years, and create others just for the title of Great Khan?
I believe that the Civil War, I did not totally create it, it was created by the people because they could not decide who they thought would be better.
Yes, but did you also kill your brother? You unified all of China under Mongol rule, correct? How you said earlier?
Can you repeat the question, please?
You said earlier you unified all of China under Mongol rule, correct? You became the first non-Chinese emperor to rule all of China, correct? Later on in history, Britain gets the 13 subject colonies under their foreign rule. The colonizers filed for there, now too. Is that not the same here? Later on in history, Britain gets 13 colonies under their foreign rule. The colonizers fought as barbarians. America did that too. Is that not the same here?
Objection, Your Honor, for relevance and speculation, because she's saying
She's saying different thoughts.
yeah, this person thought this, or this nation thought this, so you do think this is up.
That's speculation.
That's our opinion.
Chance to respond?
I just wanted to say that America as a whole believes that it is absolutely wrong for it to do that, and is that not the case here? Like, this is not be compared to as irrelevant.
How does what America believes is relevant to what the Mongol Empire and Kublai Khan did in history?
I was just trying to compare.
All right, objection sustained. Any further questions? Okay. Chance to redirect?
When you took over as Great Khan, did you continue with religious beliefs?
Just to clarify, are you talking about did Kublai Khan continue his religious beliefs? Can you just clarify that question? I didn't follow.
He continued on the legacy using religious beliefs. Like he continued to practice what
Get together and talk real quick, because I see two different arguments and I'm not sure which one you're making at the moment, so I apologize. Just gather yourselves. 1 minute. Ready?
Why is the objection without
Everybody, one nation under one God. We should have it. So, I will let out. No way. I think
My apologies. I was unclear on your question. Can you restate?
So you carry on in legacy in military to
Yes, you may sit down. Chat, what did we learn from Kublai Khan? Great!
So what do you mean by an intersection of
All right, the defense, will you please call your final witness? And with our translator, absolutely.
No one in here.
Yes, swear, oh,
Who are you?
Marco Polo?
I am Marco Polo. Where do you come from?
Vengo da Venezia, Italia.
I come from Venice, Italy. What do you do?
Sono un esploratore che ha viaggiato ampiamente in di secolo.
I am an explorer who extensively traveled throughout Asia, safely in the 13th century. Were you inside the Mongol Empire?
Sono stato nell'impero mongolo studioso.
I was in the Mongol Empire serving under Kublai Khan for around 17 to 18 years. Okay, so you served in the Mongols for a while. What was one of the major things you saw in the Mongol Empire?
Una delle cose più importanti che ho visto nell'impero mongolo è stato il sistema e anche il commercio che l'impero mongolo ha facilitato.
One of the major things that I saw in the Mongol Empire was the gambling system, and also the trade the Mongol Empire facilitated. Much of the trade systems in the Mongol Empire. Can you describe how it was like?
Il sistema commerciale che avevano i mongoli era incredibile in quanto facilitava il commercio.
Yes, the trade system in the Mongol Empire was incredible as it facilitated international trade and cultural exchange across all of Eurasia. Alright. You also mentioned the yam system was important. Can you elaborate on that? Okay.
Wow,
What does that say?
you got like a countdown there. Okay. Yes, the yam system was really important as it not only helped boost the economy almost across all of Eurasia, and that it also helped facilitate order and trade and communication.
How did the yam system work?
The yam system was kind of like a horse express, where there would be stations positioned every 20 to 30 miles, and air messengers would mount horses and ride to the next station and deliver messages.
While you were serving Kublai Khan, what were your thoughts about the Mongol government?
I thought the Mongol government was an extremely highly organized system with great leadership.
Oh, well, why would you say this?
I would say it's because Kublai Khan was an effective and pragmatic ruler, as he deeply invested in administrating his empire.
Can you give me an example of this?
One great example is his massive efforts to promote peace and stability through the Pax Mongolia.
You mentioned that Kublai Khan made efforts to ensure safety. Can you elaborate?
As well as his efforts to facilitate trade and safety through the yam system and Pax Mongolia.
Okay, no further questions.
Chance to cross-examine.
Okay, so do you have a positive relationship with the Mongol Empire?
Yes.
Do you have a what relationship?
Positive.
Positive, sorry, continue.
In your witness bio, it says that you were also noting the violent acts of the Mongols. Can I invoke that document?
Yes, so you'd like to submit evidence? So this is exhibit E? D, yeah, sorry, D. Oh, was that D? Okay. That's not a D! It's D. D.
I don't know if that is.
Alright, so exhibit D, this is from the witness file, correct? Okay, everybody should be pulling up the witness file for Marco Polo at this time. Where?
It says pretend not to try. Pretend what?
You could scroll down.
Oh. Wow. Oh, wow. What?
Oh, you don't know.
You're joking. What?
You don't know Mongol Empire.
You see what he's saying over there? What?
Alright, page 11, witness file. Yo, can we stay focused? We're starting to lose our train of thought, I know. So what am I highlighting?
Just first.
First sentence under views?
First sentence. Yep, first sentence. Read that.
Marco Polo's account of the Mongols offer a largely favorable view of their government, although the author documents of their conquest.
Okay, I would like to go back to our definition of brutality, violence, but our definition of barbarian.
Barbaric have many different meanings.
But our definition of barbaric was brutal,
You didn't ask a question either, so objection. You can't. You're just making a statement. What's your question?
so. Great question. May we have a moment?
Yes. You have 1 minute. Ready? Finalize our cross-examination, please.
Okay, I would also like to submit more evidence, dictionary.com definition of barbaric.
You have it pulled up on your.
Yes, I did.
We do.
Okay, go ahead and you can hand it to him and have him read it.
So, the definition of barbaric is.
Don't read it to him, have him read it.
Thank you.
Okay.
What do you want me to read? The definition. Barbaric, abdurak, adjective, of or characteristic of barbarians, primitive or unsophisticated, unrestrained, and brutal.
Okay, and was it true that in your witness bio, even you said that they were brutal?
Yes.
That's no further questions.
Chance to redirect?
Yes.
I remember you mentioned the safety that Cooper County should implement. Can you elaborate on that?
Yes, because Google Cons here and foresight are so effective that travelers like me may go through Eurasia without the smallest cause of fear, whether by day or by night.
I remember you also said that because of the Pax Mongolian piece was cost almost through all of Eurasia, and it also boosted several, it also boosted their cost, correct? Right, no further questions.
And the defense threat.
You may step down.
And the defense threat.
All right, no further witnesses. All right, give both sides a big hand. We will take a recess. Let's hear, class ends at 11:19, right?
But then we have 1 minute.
Yeah, good. So we will recess until 11:22. So you guys have, what, 8 minutes? Okay, so you guys can gather your thoughts, get up, move around, use the restroom, whatever. 8 minutes, we'll return. Jury, step in the hall. Jury, step in the hall.
Yo, I was that's not like every religious leader in the church.
I'll give you 1.01% of my.
Right, so that's where I want to get. Only have one question to read.
I've been blessed.
It didn't go with like.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, you guys have all the files or the. Trying to remember, just ask you to wait on each witness, is that correct? Does that fit the closing argument?
Oh,
If I just ask you if they believe.
we're like the only one. That's why first thing I told you, yes. And then I feel like the.
Oh yeah, so witnesses, make sure you write down which witness had the most convincing, who had the least convincing. Yeah, we are.
You had the most convincing. I like that most.
Did you send mine?
He just assaulted me. He attorney assaulted me. I think we're gonna vote against it because he assaulted us. He assaulted me. He's getting charged this time. He's getting
While everybody's attention, I'm sure you got the trial going on. Please don't forget, we have CVAC happening Friday after school. So that'll be final dismissal till 5 o'clock. We'll just come in here. CVAC, Class Vision Advisory Council. This is the group. If you want to come up with activities to do with 6th grade. So last year, 7th graders did the practice meeting shake with you guys. Last year, 7th graders did the induction ceremony with you guys. Last year, 7th grade also planned a school takeover. And so we had like 4 hours in the school where we played sardines and capture a flag and all those sorts of things throughout the hallway. So it was really cool. That was all planned by the 7th graders. I helped facilitate, I organized, but you guys are the ones who are in charge of all that. So we're going to meet on Friday after school. Can't make it, totally fine. All right, we'll have more. But if you can make it, we'd love to have you there. It's totally optional. So chat with your parents. Question?
Yeah, every Friday.
I will try and make a consistent schedule put together this week. So that's a good question. Maybe on Friday we'll talk through this. Is Friday a good day for people? Is Friday a good day for people?
Yeah. What about Friday practice?
Yeah.
Friday practice.
I'm not done with you. We will do our best. And I totally get it. Okay. Y'all have done an incredible job. All right. Both sides have made great arguments. But we only have time left for the closing arguments. So, the prosecution, you're going to give your closing arguments first. Defense, you guys will follow. At the conclusion of that, the jury will remove themselves out into the hallway. You guys will decide, are the Mongols guilty of barbaric warfare? barbaric conquest, are they guilty of ineffective administration of their empire, and they will choose our 4 award winners. With this, I turn the floor over to the prosecution. Are you prepared to give your closing remarks?
Yes.
All right, you may proceed.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, the Mongols are guilty of barbaric warfare and ineffective administration of an empire. Mongols are guilty of the barbaric warfare because of how many people they killed in their conquest. I'd like to go back to document 4, or exhibit B, in which it says that the Mongols left no and few survivors in Kozlusk, Russia, and Ryazan, Russia. Also, that they killed between 800,000 and 2 million people in the sack of Baghdad, and between 1.6 and 1.8 million people in the cities of Nishapur and Herat. Only 73,000 people were killed in the D-Day invasion, which is considered one of the deadliest battles in history. Killing so many people is very barbaric. Dictionary.com's definition of a barbarian is a primitive, uncivilized, or unsophisticated person. Additionally, barbarians are defined by their brutality. We have to go even further and define brutality for this. Brutality is defined as savagely violent. Those statistics show how brutal and therefore barbaric Mongol conquests were. The Mongols are also guilty of ineffective administration of an empire because of how high taxes were and how weak of a hold they had on their land, how they didn't have one main leader. They charged too high taxes in the tribute system because they left it up to the previous rulers to collect taxes. According to Mstislav III's bio, there were there were very high taxes. The Mongols took over land. They left some of the previous leaders there to continue governing the area, which doesn't really work because the previous leaders might not be working for the Mongols' good, but for their own. The other leaders that they didn't like were killed in very barbaric ways, such as getting starved to death, rolled in carpet and trampled by horses, getting molten gold poured down their throats, / being burned alive from the inside.
Mr. Starr,
Yes.
I'm not for sure if Samantha Ishmael heard me out of Mr. Turner's room, but she's leaving.
She's leaving. Okay, she should be right now in Miss Reader's room.
It's showing you.
Yeah, I know. Miss Reader has my 4th period right now.
Oh, okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Those ways of killing are barbaric. After Genghis Khan died, the land was split into khanates, or basically states. And a khanate was ruled by a khan. There was no person advising all of those khans, so each khan could do something different, not completely different rules, and they didn't have to work together, which shows a weak hold on their land. My opponents talked about how there weren't very many taxes. According to Mstislav III's bio, there were high taxes. And they also said that the Mongol Empire lasted over a century. A
century is not very long for an empire. The U.S., which is considered a young country, has lasted over 250 years. The Mongols didn't listen to peace negotiations. They didn't try and make peace, which is barbaric. And then they would demand surrender, or they would kill everyone. I would like to go to a different part of document 4 when it says that they severed the heads of the slain from their bodies and heaped them up in piles, keeping those of the men separate from those of the men and children. They beheaded people after they were dead, and then piled up those heads in a barbaric way. In conclusion, the Mongols were insanely barbaric conquerors who barely had any hold on their land. For this, the Mongols should be found guilty of barbaric warfare and ineffective administration of an empire. Thank you.
All right, at this time, the defense will have their closing arguments. Are you prepared? All right, you may proceed.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, today we have proof to you of the innocence of the Mongol Empire and that this empire never had the barbaric nature you consider this empire had. First of all, to understand what barbaric is, we need to see what the definition is. If you search definition of barbaric on Google, the second thing that pops up is primitive and unsophisticated. Hey.
Hey, I'm gonna make this one time, okay? I keep hearing people whisper, talk like, yo, this is closing argument. Stop. I'm done with it.
This is definitely not a trait of Genghis Khan or the entirety of the Mongol Empire. From the improved transportation and communications systems the Mongols built by building canals and prospering cities along the caravan routes, thanks to the Mongols that were protected by tax-free customs, and they helped protect the Eastern Orthodox Church. And also Kublai Khan combined Mongolian and Chinese culture, leading to the creation of blossoming cultures. Also, the Mongols really shaped the world back then, and calling the Mongols unsophisticated is not really the smartest of ideas. Along the rise of the Mongolian Empire, they had created the Yamsi, a system that would facilitate communication and trade throughout the empire, in which someone would send mail, and there would be stations and messengers would send these messages to another station. And this built stability within the empire, something that kept the empire together, and was a system that would be considered very sophisticated back then in the 13th century. Not only did the Mongols did this, but like I mentioned earlier, the Mongols would be kind enough to make popular destinations for trading along the caravan routes tax-free, which led to these cities flourishing the environment that the Mongols had created. Additionally, the Mongols were a very, very religious powerful group, and anyone under the rule of the Great Khan could pick their religion, whether it would be someone near southern China, believing in Hinduism, Buddhism, or anything else in the matter. One of the main religions that was also heavily impacted by the Mongols was Christianity in Russia. For the Mongols had conquered Russia and had still left the Eastern Orthodox Church that resided there still exists, respecting other people's religions, which helped spread Christianity in Europe. The Pope tried to turn the Mongols into Christians, but the Mongols were never tried to convert others into other religions and let them choose their own religion. And not only have the Mongols have had sophistication in their empire themselves and helped culture rise in the world, as we have continued to say, in this case, from Qatar to Al-Mustazim to Pope, the Mongols have repeatedly tried to inform areas like Baghdad and Kiev about war, and not just massacring these bunches of people without any notice. Isn't giving freedom to people inside the empire right? Isn't having reliable systems of communication in an empire sophisticated enough? From what can people call such heavenly people like the Mongols barbarians, to which they have let our cultures and religions thrive enough to still exist today and will millennium later. In conclusion, this is a clear and cut case in which the Mongol Empire is clearly existing.
All right. Jury, if you'll step out to deliberate.
Lucky they have the case, you know?
I want to be Hitler.
Yeah, well, yeah, exactly. Yes, you guys go around and.
That'd be great. Good job.
I'll be right back. Reed. Nathan Reed. Will you, removing your assigned roles, we have to facilitate a conversation. Like, do you think the Mongols are guilty of one or both or none or whatever? You guys can just have a conversation.
Okay. Okay. Everyone quiet, everyone quiet.
Silence!
Yeah.
No, I think that this is like a very good child. They're like, okay, so like I agree with what I've been saying and stuff, like that they weren't barbaric to a sense, but also like they killed a lot of people. And they did it in a really, really mean way and like barbaric, yes. They probably were. So it's like from both sides, I see a point of view. Like they weren't like sophisticated. I mean they were sophisticated, but they also were like barbaric in a lot of
I would like to say
Hey!
the results they got were very good, but the way that they got them
Yeah.
was very barbaric. I like the end result.
Yeah, because they were able to facilitate. I mean, they were the first one, but not. Yeah, because they were guilty of ineffective prisoners. Because they made half Mongolia. Made peace within the nation and helped this stability. They lost them. They were taken over by another nation.
Who took them over?
The Mongols in Anjut War.
The Mongols.
They were taken China. They lost in the Amphibia War. Some Chinese dynasty. No, wait. They were doing
Okay, so Abby, you said that, so you had like a vision of a god that told you to like unite the world under one god. So that does not let you kill billions of real.
Yeah.
It wasn't billions. It was like
Report suggest, 40 million?
No, but
I think it's not. Nathan Reed is leading this conversation. I know.
Hey, Nathan Reed, call on me.
But yeah, they can find that they're guilty of one and not the other. Absolutely. How was it during the trial?
It was
Was it easy, hard?
It was so hard to adapt. If someone calls an objection, you have to adapt to it. I think I called too many objections.
Yeah, you're like, evidence is right. His high is as fast as cracking.
How dare you speak?
That one was kind of funny. Yeah, that was fine. He's only speaking for 5 seconds. You should speak faster.
He's like, his high is as fast as cracking.
Yeah.
The fact that you needed to type about the other
That's not us, right?
I'm so excited. I'm like, when I said
Sorry, quick, you were saying something. Sorry, the bell.
so, the fact that I had to type about other witnesses, I couldn't focus on like what they were saying as much. Like I couldn't notice objections that much because I had to type.
Yeah.
But I feel like
Do you have any feedback for me on that? Because obviously I want the witnesses to like have to pay attention to other witnesses, so that's why I give the assignment. But I don't want to like distract from the trial. Like, do you have any recommendations for me?
maybe.
How about you require like
Think about that. Let me yeah. So yeah.
Sorry, I wanted to point out. There was one time in the trial when it may or may not have time to be and you may or may not have been rejected, and you may or may not have not good. There was a couple of judges that she was a battalion. It confused me. Yeah, they tell you if someone they can
You guys go activity.
Wait. They could have been spying on us. Or live stream. They could have been spying on us.
How are 4 people still watching?
They were spying on us the whole time. They were spying on us. All right. Objection. You have to walk faster.
You may be seated. Have you made a decision? Okay, will you please stand? On the count of barbaric conquest, how does the jury find?
We find the defendant guilty.
On the count of ineffective administration of the empire, how do you find?
We find the defendant not guilty.
All right, at this time we have some awards that we need to give out. Can we give both sides a big hand? Just to clarify, like, just going into the trial, like, it should, honestly, that is probably the correct outcome, right? Barbaric conquest, but effective administration of the empire. So that's why I'm always curious, can like one side actually pull out the victory and just like do something that's truly remarkable? That tends to be the result that I get every time. All right, not always. Sometimes other people. All right, you guys have some award winners, correct? All right. Are we beginning first with best attorney?
Yes.
Okay, best attorney.
The jury has decided that the best attorney will be Nathan Reed.
Yeah! Okay, can you come up here so I can get a picture? I have a certificate. I just tried to bring it up on it. Not fire here, okay? Got it. Okay. Keep up, Nathan! Best witness.
The jury has decided that the best witness is Connor Love.
Yeah!
And it's your leader out there. Hold on, we got the
Beard swap. This is the translator.
What happened?
Best costume.
The jury has decided the best costume goes to Otis Lift.
Dude, I feel like wearing this outfit is cool. It's like that becomes the new trend. I'm mad, bro. I'm rocking. I'm mad. All right, last but not least, best moment.
The jury has decided that the best moment was when Abbott said, no.
Yeah! Get up here, Abbott. Get up here.
Muhammad just yelled out. I was gonna say, well, no, but. And I was like,
Wait. You're telling me that no wasn't really poised? Can I get a video of you saying, no, please? And then I need you to say, rah! There we go. Reenact, right?
No.
That's going viral. That's going viral. Get it out!